Well, they just won at home 4-1. Fantastic performance against Bristol Rovers. They've got some really good players, some very good young players. One in particular I worked with when I was at Leicester a few years ago. It was great to see him doing so well. But as we know, top of the league team, and everyone raises their game, and as we say every week, we've got to be ready for it. Any team that gets promoted from that division is they're doing all right. It's a tough division to get out of, and the manager's done a great job. There's no doubt about it. We do literally take it game by game, and we see how players are in training. We see how they are recovering from games. Obviously, we're very lucky because we can watch a DVD quietly in the morning in the cold light of day, and you can, from the stats of DVDs, you can earn an awful lot. And obviously with the pictures. So we go for it virtually. To be honest with you, I'm starting to think about the next team right from as soon as the last game finishes. But we started our work Tuesday morning this week. All the players had Wednesday off, and we've done a bit more work on the team this morning. And then we'll train here at the ground first thing tomorrow morning. Or probably the training ground because it's so wet. And then we'll go up to York. We'll be leaving the ground tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I don't see it as putting a strain, and I don't really view it at all as hectic. We've done our planning for this about a month ago. So all the players knew what their schedule was a month ago. It was all put into place, so I knew what they was doing. So that ain't hectic. When you've got a lot of games, you don't train as much, so that's not hectic. Hopefully they spend more time at home on the sofa resting, so that's not hectic. The trips going up in a bus, well, that bus that we've got is absolutely first class, and they've all got these computer games now where you sit and play the games, and they watch films on these like screens. They've got these things called iPads or something. What are they called? iPads. So the trips, they're not hectic. They get fed on there. They can sleep on there. They take their pillows on there. The hotels are top class that Mr. Scally lets us stay in. We've got about 24 players plus some development squad players, so we've got more than enough players. All the players are off on Christmas Day. What could be better? Not hectic, looking forward to it, can't wait for it, very excited by it. Lovely time of year to play football. People talking about, what do they want to break at the winter? If they really want to break in the winter, perhaps they should reconsider their 2-week trips to Japan, Australia, South Africa, America, promoting their football club. It's part of our English tradition. I think when my dad used to play, he used to play on the Christmas Day and the Boxing Day. I'm not sure, I think that's right. But I love Christmas football. Us at Gillingham, I don't think any of us complain about training in the wet and the mud and the rain. I think our supporters love it as well. It's a kind of a bit of our tradition, isn't it? No, I don't buy all that. The statistics have just come through from, I don't know, someone. We've had the 4th least amount of injuries in the whole league. So the team that's got the most is obviously up here, and the team that's got the least is down here. And that you can judge that actually on how much you actually spend on scans and operations and consultants and all that sort of stuff. So we're 4th from bottom. So to our medical team, the expenditure has been massively reduced, which is great news. And credit to the players for doing all their extra work, pre-training, after training, the stretching and the extra work, coming in on Sunday mornings. You know, that's a real credit to everybody within our club, behind the scenes, that's put that work in, because it does save the club an awful lot of money. Yeah, well, I wasn't sure what to do, I've got to say. And when people do say, well, you're taught, aren't you? If you're not sure about making a decision, ask and leave it till the next day, and the pattern will become clearer what you're actually going to do. So I still wasn't sure. I was umming and ahhing. I was, oh, shall we, shan't we? And then I've done a little bit of research and found out how many of them have got young children, and a lot of them have got young children. And I thought it would be better to give the players ownership of the decision and the choice. It's easy for me. I could come in any day. I ain't bothered really. And the players said we'll be fine. We'll train on Christmas Eve. We'll play Secret Santa on Christmas Eve for breakfast, and we've got some croissants coming in because of the French guy Roman for breakfast on that day. And then we're going to play Secret Santa, which we've already bought our presents for each other for. And then do a bit of training, wish everybody a happy Christmas, and I think happy players. Players that are happy, players that are relaxed with their family, and sometimes, you know, well, not sometimes, I know for a fact, happy players play well. And that's what we're doing. And then we're coming in for this Barnet game on Boxing Day. We'll get in nice and bright and early, but still the same time as normal. We've got 1 or 2 players that haven't got anywhere to go on Christmas Day, because they're not allowed to travel a long way on Christmas Day. That's one of the rules that's been put in. So 1 or 2 of the players are going to other players' houses, which is, you know, the right thing to do, rather than be like Mr. Bean.
Yeah, well, football at Christmas it's the way, and everyone loves it. I grew up watching it. You get excited over Christmas, and it's a good time. Everyone loves Christmas for the right reasons, and everyone loves it for the football as well. So I'm looking forward to it. My whole life, every time I've always watched a match on Boxing Day. Then you got the nice one in between, and then my birthday comes on January the 5th. So the whole period is brilliant. Grew up loving football, and can't wait to play. They're a good team. They play football. They've got the young boys. They all try and play. But as we know, if we go there and do the right things, we can get a result, because we're a tough team to play, and we've got the physical side, and we can play. So they're going to be expecting a tough game, and we're going to go up there to give them one. Yeah, definitely. The gaffer must be pulling his hair out, because we go 2-0 up and we just start defending our box. But we've done well doing it. Sometimes we probably went a bit too negative because we've been playing such good football, and then we just start defending. But we're getting results, and we know we can win always. So hopefully, if we go into the game, do the right things, we'll get a result. Last year we found it hard. Obviously, loads of new players come in. We just didn't quite gel together, and then a lot of us stayed this year. The new gaffer come in, brought in some more players, and we seem to knuckle down and get done all the rubbish stuff, as you'd call it. We got that done really well, the defending, and then we've been scoring goals as well. So it's been a good balance, and the gaffer's brought that in from day one. So it's just breeding the confidence in the boys, and everyone seems to be very confident going into all the games. You look at the ability we've got, especially through the midfield and full-backs, and you think that we'd be passing, but we know we can mix it with all the best teams in the air, physically, and some might say that's our strengths, but we know whatever game we can go into, we can play lots of different ways and get lots of different results, so we're really confident at the moment. To be honest, when I signed for us last year, I thought we had enough to get promoted, and we just didn't quite gel it together quick enough. We made a lot of mistakes, especially the players. We didn't quite perform. I know myself, it took me until January before I started performing. I had a good second half of the season, but apart from that, it wasn't great. But this year, we've knuckled down straight away, and we're doing all the right things, and the way we started was unbelievable, and we've kept it up, and I think we're still 4 or 5 points clear, and it's a big gap at this time, and we've got to play all the same teams again now. So we're really confident going in that we can get promoted. Yeah, it's definitely. I looked at the table the other day, and I think 7 of the bottom 8 we've got to play them all at home. So we've gone out and played the teams that are fighting at the bottom, and you go away, and they're normally the hard games, and we've picked up results. So we've got to play a lot of the bottom teams at home, which is obviously a lot easier, especially with the crowd that we've been having. So we've got to be confident going into playing the teams at the bottom. There's a reason the league doesn't lie. We've been the best team in this half of the season. So we've got to go into all the games with confidence that we can win them.